Om Shanti. Thank you for inviting me to read today's Murli. This is Arif from Abu Dhabi Inner Space. And today is the 25th of August, 2023. And also today is the day of remembrance of Dadi Prakashmani, who was our first administrator and very, very much loved by everyone. So today is the Remembrance Day for Dadi Prakashmani ji, 25th of August. So shall we start? Is the voice okay?
It's a bit feeble.
Say again.
It's a bit feeble.
Oh, okay.
Very soft. Yeah.
Is it a bit better now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so as for the Avyakt Murli, we're going to be reading the Murli which was originally spoken on 23rd of October, 1975. So Baba is speaking this, just have it in your mind, in October 1975. It's a very early Murli. And the title of today's Murli is Stop Waiting and Start Making Preparations. Stop waiting and start making preparations. Today, Bap Dada is seeing the images of the fortunate children who are creating the fortune of the whole world. Today, Bap Dada is seeing the images of the fortunate children who are creating the fortune of the whole world. Okay? So, children are responsible to create the fortune for the whole world. What is their fortune like? That's what Baba is saying. Which lines of fortune are visible in which particular children, and which lines are still to be revealed? Okay, so just like the palmist would read your hand, Baba is reading our fortune. Each one's lines of fortune are visible as their own. In the lines of fortune, 4 lines of the 4 main subjects are visible. So in our line, like you have lifeline, love line, you have, the age, how old are you going to live, and etc., in your palm. In our lines, there are the 4 subjects. And according to how much you would pass those subjects, those lines would be long and clear. There are few children in whom all 4 lines are very clear. That is, very few who have created elevated fortune through making effort in all 4 subjects. Okay? So these are the ones who have worked on all the 4 subjects. Yeah. Therefore, only those whose all 4 lines of fortune are clear will pass with honors. That is, only they will claim number 1. Okay, so who are these people? Baba is going to elaborate. Only they will come into the first class, that is the first division. The lines of fortune of those who pass with honors are sparkling brightly and equally in all directions and are clearly visible. These are of the 8 jewels. Okay, so now we get the number. Those who have all 4 lines all clear, Unfortunately, there are only 8 of them who are in this state. Just 8 out of 9 900,000 are having this category, which is all 4 lines are clear. In the second number are the 100 jewels, those of the first division, whose 4 lines are visible, but they are not all clearly visible to the same extent. Some are brighter than others. The second division is of the 16,000. Okay, this is the 16,000. Out of those 16,000, the first 2 to 3,000 have passed with, we are scrolling the Murli so you can see the answer, but it was quite shocking that Baba said that the first 2 to 3,000 of this 16,000 passed with 50 marks in 3 of the 4 subjects and 25 marks in 1 subject. Can you believe that? 50 marks in the 3 subjects and 25 marks in 1 subject. This is the 16,000 and not the full 16,000. Only the first 2 or 3,000. So people who have, done some statistics can create a graph to show how the variation is. So it's quite shocking, right? It is almost like nil marks. So that the last subject, where we, score 25, is just like nothing really. It's just maybe the teacher favors you and then you just go ahead. So these are the 16,000 from the 16,000, and out of the 16,000, the first 2 to 3,000. Bab Dada saw the fortune of such fortunate children. Today, Bab Dada was looking at the horoscope of Brahmin children in all 4 directions. While looking at the horoscope, Baba saw that majority of children have one particular thought. What is that thought? Baba saw that the souls who are the support for the world are also dependent upon some support. What is that support? Baba saw the images of support standing on the support of looking at the instruments for the destruction of this world, or they are wondering if or when and where there would be an upheaval of element. Okay, so let's just repeat that. Baba saw the images of support standing on the support of looking at the instruments for the destruction of this world, or they are wondering if or when and where there would be an upheaval of the elements. Bab Dada has a question for those who are standing on such a support. If those who are carrying out establishment are dependent upon destruction, then what would be the future of those who are carrying out establishment? Who would then be the images of support for igniting the flames of destruction? Who would then transform the elements? Can those who are standing on the support of the elements or destruction be the highest among human beings? That is, can they be the most elevated beings? Or is it that the instrument for destruction and the elements will carry out their task on the order of elevated thoughts of the elevated human beings and on the basis of all the images of support becoming complete. Who will give the order? Who has all rights? The elements or the most elevated beings? Would you call the images of support those with all rights if they are dependent on, like, would you call them the images of support if they are dependent on some support? So, what did Baba say? Those who are making preparations are waiting in anticipation. They are careless in making preparation and alert in waiting. Seeing this, Bab Dada was amused and also felt mercy. Why? Children are even now not able to recognize the cleverness of Maya. So, how Maya operates? Maya is putting you to sleep in the sweet sleep of waiting. Because of having been under the influence of the sanskar of sleeping for half a cycle, some doze off for a second, then become conscious again and develop force in making preparations. Whereas others fall asleep for a few minutes, then become conscious and develop that force. The third type of children are sleeping comfortably and every now and then open their eyes to see whether anything has happened yet or not. So, if you have traveled anywhere with people in a group, you would see all these scenes, right? There are people who will be active, they will wake up early, make preparation. There are people seeing those, they'll kind of open and close and open and close and kind of being there, waiting for them to get up. And there are some people who will only wake up when everything is ready, the breakfast is ready on the table, then they will wake up. Of course, in Brahmin life, maybe not the same. But Baba is talking about the preparation, the self-preparation, being ready, having full faith, and not doing something about it proactively. So these are the last category. They open their eyes to see whether anything has happened yet or not. They think, we will think about it when it happens. Would you not be amused if you were to see this sin? Yeah. So, as I said, practically you can see this when you travel with people. Even though you have received the third eye, you are not able to recognize Maya. Therefore, in order to recognize Maya very clearly, especially imbibe the power to discern within yourself. Do not count the time as to whether there are 2 months or 4 months, but make yourself powerful instead of thinking about whether something will happen or not, or when it will happen. Stabilize yourself in the stage of being the most elevated. Then, on the basis of having the thought of making the gathering perfect, become one who has all rights to give the orders to the elements. It should happen, but I don't know what will happen. Perhaps it may happen in 2 or 4 months. Even though at present nothing is visible, I don't know whether the confluence age is 40 years or 50 years. These type of thoughts are an extremely subtle form of royal doubts. They create an obstacle to your having full faith in the Father and your task of establishment. For as long as you have these doubts, you cannot become completely victorious. The praise is those who have faith in the intellect are victorious. Therefore, victorious souls can have no thoughts of any royal form of doubt. Therefore, victorious souls can have no thoughts of any form of royal doubt. Someone who has full faith in the intellect will remain busy in his task of world transformation day and night. When someone has a responsibility for carrying out a particular task, he remains engaged in making preparations for that day and night. He doesn't wait for anything, thinking that he will decorate the stage when it is time for it, or that he will use those facilities then. Preparations are made in advance. The responsibility for world transformation, the ceremony for this transformation has to be celebrated at this time. All of you souls have to participate in the Unlimited World Conference of making yourself Sato Pradhan and giving the Father's message. For this, will you make preparation for creating your stage in advance, or will you do it at that time? Just as you cannot give a lecture or a message without a physical stage, in the same way, without having made yours the stage of your perfect stage, how would you be able to give the message at the final moment to the Unlimited World Conference? How would you be able to reveal the Father? Will you prepare the stage in advance, or will you prepare it at that time? Therefore, stop waiting and start making preparation. That is also a wasteful thought. So transform the wasteful thought into a powerful one. Become those who have all rights. Make your stage powerful, with which you can order the elements. While all of you Brahmins do not collectively have feelings of mercy, feelings of world benefit, and good wishes in your heart to liberate all the souls from their sorrow, world transformation will still be waiting. It's such a powerful sentence. While all you Brahmins do not collectively have the feelings of mercy, feeling of world benefit, and good wishes in your heart to liberate all souls from their sorrow, world transformation will still be waiting. At present, you are fluctuating. You are not unshakable and firm in just one thought. To become as unshakable as Angad means to bring about the final moment. Adopt one thought in a collective way. That is, all of you should together give the finger of determined thought, and this iron-aged mountain will be transformed, and you will be able to bring about the golden world. Do you understand what preparations you have to make? Acha. To those who remain constantly unshakable in one thought like Angat, to those who have full faith in the intellect and who are victorious in every thought, word, and deed, to such children who have all rights, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bapdad. Okay, so we will pause here and just have a couple of minutes to absorb and reflect what we have read in silence. Om Shanti. So we have enough time today, so I would probably speak later and listen from your thoughts. But for me, this is Murli. It's like a wake-up call for me that we need to up our game. What is happening for me personally? I think after reading this Murli, that feeling comes that um, quite there is some seriousness in the sense not of being I think more mature. I need to bring more maturity after reading this Murli. So I would like to hear from your side what thoughts have come from your side first, and then maybe I would share a few things from my side as well. Okay, so
Very
sure.
powerful, Murli. As you rightly said, it's a wake-up call for
Yeah.
the souls to be awakened, because there are various types of sleep Baba has spoken about. The three categories. The third category is like those who are sleeping comfortably, and sometimes they wake up to see if elements have changed or the world is transformed. So they are dependent on the outside world.
Mm.
And second category is like they are okay, they are awake, but still they are dependent in some little manner, little way, some percentage. Okay, I am making my state of mind powerful, but still some kind of dependency is still there. The first stage is of the Baba says the eight, the top eight who are passed with honor souls, who are with a powerful state of mind. They are in charge of, and they are feeling responsible, that the responsibility of transforming themselves first, and that will begin the transformation of the nature also, the things also, the world also. So that these eight are like single thought. So what is the characteristics of these eight souls? Is a single determined thought, and the and that's unshakable, like Angad. So I like these qualities of these eight past with honor souls, and the results were quite shocking. That the percentage, it was really a shocking. It was a big blow that we have to again gear up, pull up our socks, and be on guard, because Maya is very clever, and it tends to put children on sleep, sweet lullaby, and to put to sleep. And we have to be very, very alert, and always our reference benchmarking is these eight souls. We come like that, and that's our goal. Om Shanti.
Yes.
Brother rightly said, Mumbai just said about this Murli that this is actually a reflection. It's a mirror to us. And Baba is giving us a lot of proactive actions for us to now look at it. And as Arif Bhai also mentioned and Mumbai also mentioned, it's a wake-up call. And it's a serious wake-up call for each one of us to go back and see where are we on our Purshat, and how do we actually keep away all of this that we've been doing until now and take next steps at a speed, uh, gearing up further from here. That's what today's Murli all about for me.
Yeah, very true. It's very, very clear. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else before we go into the chats? How are we going to achieve this? Anybody has a plan? How are we going to wake up others? and wake ourselves up as well.
Vaiji, just one more little reflection. The three statements are very powerful, which I feel who will give the order, that statement, and who would transform the elements,
Yeah.
and who has all rights. These three statements, they're like very, very uh, powerful statements because it says two categories. Is it the elements who will give the order for the final, or it is the elevated state of mind which will give the order?
Yeah.
Very distinct, you can say, aspects. So,
Yeah.
and this decides all the numbers. This
Yeah.
decides the number var Purusharth Anusar.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
what is the key. I think that we can churn more on this these three statements.
Yes, for me, I think, when we say about this, and, we talk about who's going to give order. Are you waiting for the elements or element? To me, I look at it as like this. In this moment in my life, how much am I dependent on outside factors for my, in my progress, in my movement, is my effort, in my planning? How much do I depend on circumstances and how much can I generate? When somebody has faith and there is a powerful thought, you don't, you make things happen. Okay, so to me, I think the equation is, where am I in manifesting things, and where I have to work hard for it. Okay, when I start noticing that I'm more towards, like you think and it happens so many times, I'm sure all Brahmins have experienced that. You think like small things also, but then you don't pay attention that, look, this is not for playing, this is for world transformation. And the other thing that strike me is that, that sentence where Baba said that, do you have mercy for the souls of this world? Do you have good wishes for them? Only when this will happen, that's the time where you will be able to, move, and, like, Brahmins, and I would say for myself and maybe for many, many Brahmins, we are in a very good state. The world, because of they are involved in, and they are, surrounded by Ravan's world, and there's Maya everywhere. We have been saved in some ways. Like I remember in devotion, I would not drink, I would not smoke, I would not do so many things that other people would do. And when I compared myself with my friends, I felt very fortunate that I was not doing that. That was only from devotion. Now imagine, in Baba's knowledge, after knowing all this, we are saved from so many, like, we don't even think of certain things. Like I was telling somebody, I don't go very much to places nowadays. I go only where, there's seva, there's, need. Whereas I know so many other people, they're constantly, they'll go here, they'll go there, they'll, unnecessarily, So I would tell them that, I'm living here, but I don't go to many places unless there is some meaning. There is no sightseeing as, just sightseeing. Yes, I do travel a lot, but for service, for doing, something. So in that sense, to a point where I start seeing that the world is suffering. You look at the news, you look at people, you look at, the situation on how many people are suffering from, mental health, physical health, stress, and, all sort of things are emerging. Then in my heart, if there is that feeling of mercy, then I will do something about it, But if I'm myself, I'm asleep, I wouldn't know what is happening, no? So for me, that was a kind of thought that I had. So let us briefly have the scroll.
Shanti, brother.
Yes, please.
Oh, Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Honestly, if you ask me, I don't get that alarming call after this Murli. I'll tell you why. You know, this is, as I've already shared in the chat box, my thoughts. This is how these headmasters and senior teachers would always do, you know. They would like to tighten the belts of the students and all, and the kind of they say, you know, the paper will become like this, the paper will be tough and all. This is how ST tactic. Why? Because they want the children, the students to cross a line. And who is telling us all this? The Father. And does he not know what has happened and what is happening and what will happen? He's got the complete picture. He has been the beginning of the Kalpa, the middle of the Kalpa, and the end of the Kalpa. So for me, what it is to just to know this is the state of what is happening. And I do not even think that I'm not going to be within that. Okay, to be very honest, I know I may not be in full past that 8 jewels and all. That doesn't matter for me. For me, I have been picked by him. I've been chosen by him. I will go ahead in my journey, come back, whatever may be the result. Come, even if so many people are before me, even if suppose I find many people have overcrossed me, that doesn't matter to me at all. I am with him and I am on my journey. I am going and I will get definitely what I am making for my effort. But the only thing which I liked in the Murli, which is what I find is my weakness, is like this. You know, when a mother wakes up a child in the morning, the child doesn't want to get up. What does it do? It pulls up the blanket, and then through the corner of the blanket, it looks to see whether the mother is there, whether it's there. So that is only one mistake we are doing. We are waiting. We are just want to know, is everything safe? Is everything okay? Can I go? So I think that one thing, instead of waiting every day, did I do something? Did I do something? Forget about what I'm going to get garlanded at the end, whether I'm going to be the 8 jewels or 100 or the first 4,000, that doesn't matter. For me, it's a very nice Murli from the one, such a clever father, he knows. See, today you read the Murli, you're all alarming. Let me see whether we have the same feeling even after 1 day, 1 week. No, it waters down. It's like the Shamshan Vairagya. So these Murlis, I just added, oh, so Baba has seen it, Baba is telling. But it's not alarming. It's not that. It's only making me realize, okay, Baba wants me to tighten my belt. Just that one thing what Baba wants me. That's how I take the Murli.
Good take, and thank you for your sharing your thoughts. And yes, there are different ways to look at this, and that's one of the ways that you can look at that. And if that is serving you and it's, you know, giving you that momentum or any kind of inspiration and also understanding, that's very good. Okay, so we will finish with
one
yes, brother.
reflection, Baiji, and also what sister shared beautifully. Actually, it's basically the focus is on the preparation, not waiting on the something to happen. Then I will focus on no preparation has to be done in advance. And once we are prepared, we have accounted for every sort of the strategy to maintain the elevated state of mind in any situation. Then we are more in control of ourselves. We are more in control of our inner world, And then that is what is the transformation Baba is speaking about. And because otherwise we'll become shaking. We'll get shaken up by the response from the others, by the reaction of the others, and we will also start reacting. So that is the thing Baba, a very extremely subtle form of Purushad Baba is speaking about in this today's Murli. It is basically focusing on preparations during peacetime, right now. And then we go to the world and face the world. And there Baba talks about the power to discern. And that's so the powers will develop in the subtle manner, and which will bring the inner world transformation. And automatically, wherever we go, we are the energy field, which will bring out the power of the transformation in the elements also, because sankalp से सृष्टि affect होता है. Sankalp affects influences the सृष्टि, not the other way. So the first category Baba says about this category, because we have to do benchmarking. We have a goal, we have an objective. We cannot just randomly, like a loose cannons or electrons, we have some goal and we are aligned to that goal. Then only that is what is the Baba says, the final perfection, the final stage. So that we are working towards that.
Yeah.
This Murli helps us to become more prepared. It's not wake up call means everybody is waken up in their own sense, because Baba has already adopted. But we are preparing ourselves every moment. Every thought is our work. Every thought we are working on. And we sum total the collective thought in a day or in a given time period is what represents our energy. That's the collective energy of our own individual souls. That is the contribution to the world transformation. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's good whichever way you take it.
Arif Bhai, just emphasize what you read in that Murli, and which the
Om Shanti.
brother said now, no revelation till
we
the
have two
collective determined thought of
Girija Ben
all.
finish. Yeah.
No, just one sentence, collective determined thought of all.
Yeah.
That is enough for me. So you run wherever you want. Unless I come, no father's revelation.
Yeah. Thank you, Girija Ben. And Sanjay Bhai?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
The Murli, as other Murlis, all Murlis are wonderful. This is also one of the wonderful Murlis of Baba. We children, we are content when we pass. We feel content when we pass. Baba says, how can you be content with only pass? You have to become pass with honor. We are content when we are moving, the things are moving good. Baba wants it to be better. But even when it becomes better, we are content. Baba wants you to be the best. So Baba is making us aware that you are the best. Baba as a teacher, father, teacher, and Sadguru is chiseling us, shaping us, molding us, because Baba wants us to become perfect, a sign of perfection, a mode of, the symbol of perfection. Sola Kala Sampurna Nirvikari Maryada Purushottama Hinsa Paramudharma. Okay, Baba is aware of past, present, and future. Due to that only, Baba is given warning also. Baba is giving advice also that we children must be very, very alert. We should be aware of what is going on. We should not do the things, okay, Baba knows, Baba has chosen us, Baba, we are hearing Murli, we will definitely become gods, and God says, Baba saying, okay, that is there, but you should not be, nischint mat ho jao, okay, thing will happen. For that, you have to do Purushad. Action and then reaction. The action, what you have to take, be alert, be aware. And when you are aware of the things, what is going on, you will be very, very alert. And when you are alert, that means, because Baba is also telling that, see, this is the time of sapling. The type of sapling, the quality of sapling will decide the quality of life in the future. One word that is called PPF. PPF, we know that we have to just to deposit money in that, and that saves our tax and all that. I call it as PPF, means present, past, and future. Okay. So our present, past, and future, as was our past, so is our present, and as is our present, so will be our future. Okay. So this is this type of Purusharth Baba wants us. See, what is that is present now will become past tomorrow. So the thing is that we have to be aware of the present, past, and future. So if we will do our Purusharth in this way, PPF, that means secure the present. And when you are securing present, you are securing your past, because present will become past one day. And when you are securing your past, present, your future will also be secured. That's what Baba wants us. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so that's a lovely Murli. We have so many different thoughts. We have so many different ways of looking at this Murli. Unfortunately, we don't have much time to go and discuss further. I don't mind, if you would like to take up some of these points again tomorrow. But for today, I think we are tight on time. But nevertheless, I would just, for those who have discussed, it's good. For those who have just, maybe they cannot speak, I'll just read. Shivani Sharma ji's sister says that this Murli is something else very serious. This Murli has separate gender of its own. And Girija Ben already spoke her thought. And then this Murli is alarm to Brahmin souls. That's Sister Radhamani. And then Rakhi Ben has already shared as well. Then we have another thought that this was in 1975 by Sister Shivani ji, and says that 48 years ago, Baba already warned loud and clear. Baba already asked children to start preparing. And then she says that why we are lacking, because our third eye is not yet open, lacking in power to discern, power bank not yet charged. Maybe gives comfortable blanket to sleep. And then she says, don't create royal doubt. Preparation are made in advance. Okay. And Balwinder ji is saying, how I see this situation with students' perspective. I am lifelong learner. My duty is to continue learning and staying prepared for upcoming exam instead of anticipating for when exam will come. What type of situation will be present? Will I be able to face them or not? So instead of focusing my energy on these questions, I will stay focused on improving myself more and more each day in terms of my GGSTVA. I don't know what that means, but yeah, maybe you guys know. All right. Okay. Shall we do some meditation then, Rakiben?
Yes, we should play a song and we can
Yes,
meditate.
please. Wonderful. Okay. So you guys have a lovely weekend, and we'll finish with some meditation.
प्रकाश का दरिया वो सब में प्रकाश भरती थी। बन के प्रकाश का दरिया वो सब में प्रकाश भरती थी। मीठी प्यारी दादी सबको दिल से प्यार करती थी। मीठी प्यारी दादी सबको दिल से प्यार करती थी। वो थे दिव्य गुणों की धनी प्यारी दादी प्रकाशमणि। वो थे दिव्य गुणों की धनी प्यारी दादी प्रकाशमणि। सारी जिम्मेदारी प्रभु ने उनके हाथ में सौंप दी। सारी जिम्मेदारी प्रभु ने उनके हाथ में, क्योंकि सदा ही रखा उन्होंने प्रभु को अपने साथ में, प्रभु को अपने साथ में। मैं और मेरे पन के भान से, मैं और मेरे पन के भान से दादी को सो दूर थे, तभी तो प्यारे बाबा के वो सच्चे को ही नूर थे, तभी तो प्यारे बाबा के वो सच्चे को ही नूर थे। वो थे दिव्य गुणों के धनी प्यारे दादी प्रकाश मणि, वो थे दिव्य गुणों के धनी प्यारे दादी प्रकाश मणि। भेद भावना किया किसी में, रखी सब में समानता। भेद भावना किया किसी में, रखी सब में समानता। तभी तो हर कोई झुक जाता था, देख के उनकी महानता, देख के उनकी महानता। बच्चों में बच्चे बन जाते, बच्चों में बच्चे बन जाते, इतने भोले भाले थे। महायज्ञ मधुबन के वो तो बड़ी ही प्यारी माले थे, महायज्ञ मधुबन के वो तो बड़ी ही प्यारी माले थे। वो थे दिव्य गुणों के धनी प्यारे दादी प्रकाश मणि, वो थे दिव्य गुणों के धनी प्यारे दादी प्रकाश मणि, वो थे दिव्य गुणों के धनी प्यारे दादी।
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Arif Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. We meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Have a wonderful day.
Shanti.